Yes, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, tankers of Blitz Universe. We have another tank chat video for you today, and this time I don't have just one guest, I've got two, Jack and Dave from Crazytactics. Welcome.
Hey, hello.
Hi.
Good to have you guys. It's great to hear a laugh straight at the beginning.
I'd like to think we're always laughing in our videos and having fun, aren't we?
Yep.
Yep.
and that's a good thing. We're actually father and son running a YouTube channel together. You sent me 4 videos, we're going to watch them, we're going to talk about Blitz in general, about the games we're seeing in the background here, and of course your YouTube channel.
Okay.
Yeah.
How did you start playing Blitz? Let's start with that as the first question.
Well, I remember it really well.
Pretty sure it was Boxing Day of 2014.
That's right, yeah, and you just turned 5 in the September. And what Jack used to do was he had his own iPad then, and well, it does now, but he'd come up to me and say, "Dad, can I download a game?" And I
Can I buy it? Can I download a game, please?
Yeah, so I checked that it was appropriate, and I'd say, "Yeah, okay." And and then that was this game, and I said, "Oh yeah, okay." And there'd been a couple of tank games before that were pretty horrible.
Yeah. They weren't as good as this.
No, and I don't think I paid any attention to it till into January, and Jack was playing it, and I said, "Oh, that looks good. What are you playing there?" And then I started playing it, and we kind of just went from there, really.
Kind of grew, went out of control.
Yeah, didn't it? I tell you what. You could have bought a house on the money I've spent on this game. I mean, AL was a real noob at the start. Our main account is a reroll, but
yeah.
I remember the February payday. I think I went and bought as much gold as I could afford, probably £100 worth of gold, and I bought every tier 8 premium going, the Lerva, T49 E4, the T34, and boy, was I bad at the game. I like all them typical Lerva players who they buy a heavily armed tank and they just roll into the game and like, oh yeah, and then they just lose all the time.
I think it's actually a Bon Jovi song made about that. You could learn a bad name.
Yeah, that's so true as well. But yeah, we learned to play from there really, and I remember I'd pick him up from school when it was a day off for me in the week, and he'd say, "Oh, what tanks have you unlocked?" And I'd say, "Oh yeah, we've got the Hetzer unlocked, or we're working our way up that line. I've got the ISU 152 unlocked." And
I remember one time when I was like really young, I didn't understand the game, and I was coming back from this place. I think it was my auntie's house.
Yeah.
And like I was so excited to see you again because I was like, "Oh, Dad, have you got the thingy?" And you're like, "Yeah, I've got the Tiger one." Yeah.
Is it also the two of you grinding lines together, or do you plan on going, say for example, British TDs, German heavies?
So back then, because I was sort of paying so much money every month, and I was literally spending hundreds of pounds a month, because I was playing premiums, dying, playing the next one, converting the XP with gold. So I was pretty much choosing the lines. Now, it was pretty clear back then that Jack was really good with mediums, but I was hopeless with mediums.
And then you were then good with tank destroyers.
Tank destroyers and heavies, yeah. So tank destroyers were my main thing. So we tended to go those lines. The mediums came later, really. Yeah, so that's kind of how we did it. And then Jack started another account. We ended up with 3 accounts in the end.
Yeah, and we still have them 3 accounts.
Yeah, but mainly we play on the one.
The one we're watching here, that's Crazytactics. That's your original one.
Yeah. So that's the 3rd account that we've had.
And it's the one that's been played most.
Yeah, it's the one we both play now, because we don't tend to play together so much anymore, do we?
No, we did back when I was about 7.
Yeah, so I tend to play sort of weekdays when I'm off work, and Jack plays weekends and sort of evenings when he's got his iPad. So.
Yeah, because you say you don't play weekends because that's when all the kids are playing.
Oh yeah, all the Wallet Warriors and the kids.
All the kids are playing, plays with the kids.
I'm trying to avoid all the people that I used to be when I first played the game, you know.
Just because you've been there, so you know what to expect.
Yeah.
Do you both play on an iPad?
No, no, I'm yes, we
Well,
both were. You still are, aren't you?
yeah, yeah, but you moved to PC.
I moved to laptop, and I've lost the skill of playing on an iPad now. I
But
just cannot do it.
I've grown on from getting better at the game using my iPad.
Yeah, I mean, Jack's discovered there's little secrets in the game that Jack's discovered. Like there's an auto-lock on iPad that Jack found that people don't seem to know about.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't really look on YouTube. I just randomly found it.
Yeah.
Out of nowhere.
So do you want to explain that one?
Well, basically, you have to look at a tank, no matter where it is. You have to have the auto aim button on.
Yeah.
You need to aim at any tank really. If it's behind a ridge or anything, if you see the little white box around, the tank.
Yeah.
There, you basically need to the lookout bar at the bottom. You can see on the recording. If you hold that down while you're looking at the tank with the white box, your turret and your gun will follow it wherever it goes.
Yeah, so it's like the PC auto lock on. So you can turn around and run away, but the gun will stay locked on target as long as you keep your finger on the lookout bar.
I think it actually, I think it actually works if you indeed don't turn your turret again. You can keep driving, and I think auto aim in that regard on mobile is very accurate, because if you hit a track and you don't adjust your aim, you keep your auto aim locked onto the track.
Yeah. Yeah, whereas on PC, if you auto aim, you just middle mass of tank and
it goes middle of the tank.
Yeah, so I think people say, oh, PC players have the advantage, but I don't think that's true.
They have the advantage of the T49
yeah, that was good, wasn't it?
Now, what I do think, if you have the advantage, if you try to go into a brawl basically, and you start to figure out that the brawl isn't going to work, then you can keep the tank locked on and drive away and just look around and, well, basically keep the turret locked, and you can look forward while your turret is pointing backwards. And that's hard. I'm not saying it's impossible, but it's hard to do that on a touch device.
Right. I mean, I couldn't do it. I tried doing it on Jack's iPad, and I just couldn't do it. But yeah, and I think brawling on laptop is a little bit easier as well, because you can go to fully zoomed out and just hold the down. You just push the mouse forward, and obviously use your full gun depression. And whereas I get the impression that iPad players tend to zoom in a little bit when they're in the brawl. Especially if they're side hugging and stuff. So, but yeah.
Well, I haven't made such thorough analysis of brawls and what people do, but I take your word for granted, Dave. I take your word for granted. In the meantime, we've seen 2 games already.
Yeah.
And do you both make a habit of making games a bit tense in terms of ending? I mean, this one was 0-3 down in terms of tanks. You're losing another tank again here, Jack. You are down 1 base.
Well, yeah. Yeah, I guess Crazytactics for a reason.
Definitely.
I don't know what it is. We tend to be I tend to be quite a risky player a lot of the time anyway. Jack's just down good all round, really. Yeah, maybe it's just the replays we've shown. I tend to be a bit of a map pusher though, so that can go quite badly for me sometimes. A lot of the time.
I actually like you switching to HE to shoot the tractor. I would have thought of shooting HE, but then
I know, but it never usually works on a Dracula because it always hits the side skirts or a part where it'll never go in. But I used it there because I knew he'd hit his frontal plate for definite.
Are you also one of those little whiskets that has all the statistics and space armor positions for tanks just hardwired into your head?
They are. He knows it all, Martin. You wouldn't believe it. You wouldn't believe it. If you want to know the little square centimetre on a tank that you can penetrate with HE, Jack can tell you. He finds little bits of tanks, sides, backs, fronts that you just wouldn't normally look at a tank for, and he knows they're there. He knows the reload times for everything.
T123.
Yeah, he knows the reload times on everything. He's like, don't get in a brawl with him. He's got you on the reload. Like, no, I think I've got him.
I've met you a few times before, and I was happy to see those games, and especially you telling me, Dave, these are the games I did, and these are the games that Jack did, and then I kind of figured out, all right, the YT with the tag Crazytactics YT, that's Jack. Have to watch out for him just a little bit more, just a little bit more.
Yeah. So, but we still like the game. It's I've got my reservations about it currently. I never like to be negative, but I think since that patch where they got rid of all the lower tiers, my win rates dropped through the floor. With there's lots of people now at higher tiers with like 400 average damage, and you're like, what are you doing here?
How is this possible?
How is that possible?
I do think actually in the grand scheme of things, I like to have the game balanced. But we could fill a complete video about this. But I think that the lower tiers, it was good that the changes have been made, and that people with say 300, 400 battles don't face veterans with 20k with very OP crews with all the crew skills maxed out at the maximum tiers and knowing all the maps, and you do still get re-rollers, which can be annoying, but it's not good to have. I think 1 to 4 should be a safe playing ground, but I think that could be a good feature, good topic for a complete video actually.
I was listening to a couple, watching a couple of YouTube videos where people are a bit anti the update, and I was like, oh no, I think it'd be really positive, I think it'd be really good. You know, you need to build the community from the ground up, and this is the way to do it. And you know, people are just getting what do you call it when you've got experienced people playing low tier seal clubbers? Yeah, so there's a lot of that going on. I don't think that happens now. So yeah, I was very positive about it, but I've seen the other side of it this last sort of 6 weeks or so. So, but I'm sure. I mean, wow, these guys. I mean, the development team behind this game live the stats, don't they? So, I have every faith that they'll know what's going on and how to deal with it. So, you know, no issues there really.
Yeah, and it's also when it comes to nerfing tanks, people look at win rates or 1 or 2 shots being made, and then you're shooting that 704, for example. That has a really big gun. I think it's a really well balanced tank, but then people say, oh, it has to be buffed because I missed 2 shots. Yeah, well, it's a Russian one. A derpy gun. So what do you expect?
Yeah.
Anyways, we're on game 3 out of 4. Let's talk about the channel. When did you guys, or maybe it was just you, Dave, or was Jack saying, Daddy, can we make a YouTube channel? When did you decide upon that?
We were just talking about this today, knowing that we were going to do the tank chat, and I was saying to Jack, my memory is this, but I don't think it's right. And I said, what do you remember? And what was it you said?
I think I said something like, as we got a bit better at the game, and I became a bit more knowledgeable about how different apps and YouTube and everything, after we learned about Skate Extreme's channel and everything, I just thought, I think I came up to you and said, Dad, can we make a YouTube channel?
Yeah. I think you wanted to put some of your other games on it, didn't you? What was that one where you have to jump on the blocks all the time? Geometry Dash or something like that, and you wanted to post some games there. So, and I thought I could do with a bit of space on the hard drive because I was saving them all to the iCloud on my phone, all these replays. So I thought, oh well, YouTube's a great place to save them. So between Jack asking and me needing to save my games somewhere, I just created this channel. Never ever had any intention of really being a YouTuber or doing it, and out of the blue, some guy, another player, I think I was playing mostly tier 5 a couple of years ago, a year and a half, because I was really annoyed with the whole spare parts thing, and I just refused to play anything more than tier 5. And I came across a guy, and he said, "Oh, well, I'll subscribe to you." I said, "I think I know what I'm doing in the AT2. I've got like a 75% win rate over a couple of thousand games."
Yeah.
And I said, "Oh, well, look, I've got about 6 videos on YouTube. You go and have a look yourself." And he was like my first or second subscriber, and then it just grew very slowly from there. I never intended it, and then I kind of thought, "Oh, this is fun."
He has a name, you know.
Little Big Ted, yeah.
Yeah.
And then, and I think it was, well, when did we start doing commentaries?
I don't know.
I don't know. We didn't even do commentaries for a long, long time.
Almost seems like a sort of natural thingy. Daddy, can I download this game? And then they say, yeah, of course you can. Shall we make a YouTube channel? Yeah, of course.
Yeah, well, the whole thing was sort of organically grown, really.
Jack, I would then advise not to ask your dad in say next 6-7 years to make a living out of it. I think that would be the next logical step.
0.05p a video. I'm not sure that'll ever happen. This is Jack's game. I love this game. I tell you what. If we talk about one game, we should talk about this one, shouldn't we? Really.
And this was the first one you sent me, and I watched it, and I thought it just had to go in the back. I mean, Jack, we talked about this before we started the chat. Can you tell us about your thoughts in the game? How do you stay this patient?
I don't know really. It's kind of sit behind a ridge, wait for the enemy to come to you, kind of shoot them when they're not bothered about you anymore, kind of thing.
Yeah, but when I tried to go across from that one little hill to this slightly bigger hill, I get shot and you just don't. How?
I know.
Just how?
You get pushed, don't you? You go here and you get pushed, and yet I think the trouble Jack's got here is he can't really go anywhere else at this point, because if he retreats from here, he's got shots from the right, hasn't he? So he can't really move away.
No, I know that. I know the logic behind it all, but I would probably start to think, all right, I got my speed boost. I'll just try to run away. But you have, what's that, the Jagdtiger watching you and the other Tank Panther too?
Yeah, there were a few tanks looking at me.
Yeah,
just
that one.
Me, really.
So what are you thinking here? Because you're playing with Hamish here, weren't you?
Yeah.
So he's behind you, covering you, I think.
Yeah.
So what were you saying to each other at this point?
We were just kind of talking. I was saying that I kind of needed a bit of assistance because I was in a bit of a stuck position.
Bye, boss.
And I could see that he was trying to distract them, and he was on the job. And that actually let me do the damage I deal in this game.
So you were talking to Hamish over Discord at this point, and you were asking him to keep poking so that they kept looking away from you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, there's obviously something where using Discord and team chat to use that to their advantage. Then
helps volumes indeed, but still just rolling forward, spotting. Oh, hello, 49 sitting there. Oh, I'll roll back, go and spot it again.
Yeah, I mean, you no-scope shot in this tank all the time, wouldn't you? I mean, the last tank I would ever no-scope in, and you do that on this tank like it's no problem, and you hit most of the times as well.
It's because I love it. I love dirt tanks, I love light tanks and medium tanks. This tank is them two combined, which is why I like it so much.
Is it your favourite tank, Jack, the T49?
Yes, it is my favourite tank of all the time.
Massively so. Massively. I think since they've been counting the aces, I think you aced it 8 or 9 times?
No, I think it's 6
or 7 times since they've been counting it. And it's not like you play it all the time either, is it?
No, I do play the Crazytactics.
Yeah, yeah. Anything with a massive 150mm cannon, anything that flies around the map at like 60 kilometers an hour, Jack loves it.
Yeah.
And generally you're pretty amazing at them as well.
Yeah.
I sometimes watch his replays and I think, what can I learn from this replay? How can I be a better player?
And then you watch it and you start thinking, right, patience or just wait and just don't know where to start. What can I learn? I like how you try to bait the enemies into pushing, actually. You're just waiting here. And your platoon mate is behind you and the Yak is getting impatient.
Yeah. Absolutely.
yeah, you use the Yak, you think, oh, I've had enough. Let's go.
Of all things, that would never happen to me in a
But it did. It did.
This is not a regular game.
Jagdtiger was like, yeah, I'm fed up being sat behind this ridge. I'm going to push now. I'm a Jagdtiger, no problem.
I have a very good DPM.
Yeah, I mean, like, It's just funny. I do admire whenever I get replays or whenever I look at other YouTubers and they show really great patience. I think, wow, I just can't sit there and do nothing and just peek and pop and not shoot. I get itchy fingers and I have to do something. And
even at this point, I would just go in. I put my big boy pants on and just go in, all guns blazing. Boom!
You get an ammo rack from that distance in this tank.
Yeah.
That never happens. It's just crazy.
Fortune favors the brave.
Yeah. Oh dear.
Yeah, and a well-deserved mastery, 5.6k damage.
Yeah, and that's not unusual in this tank for Jack, I promise you. It really isn't. That's yeah, that was a good game, mate. That really was. More than some.
Do you know like your average damage and stuff on the T49, Jack?
Well, my average damage I'd say is probably 2,000 to 3,000. If I'm unlucky, 1,000.
Yeah.
Nice. Great.
Yeah,
stuff.
and a good game is 4,000 plus for you, isn't it? I suppose. Yeah. I mean, that just doesn't happen to me with that tank. I get the odd like 3,000, 4,000 damage game, but never do that well in it. But yeah, you're a genius with them tanks, that's for sure. Yeah. Cool. Good stuff.
Hey, last thing to mention basically is well, it's the channel at the moment. You have a nice healthy amount of subs. You have some challenges in there. Dad versus son, who can get the better ace? I'm gonna do
that's
more of that. Challenge Jay versus Jack.
Yeah. That's usually when one of us aces a tank, and then the other one will go, well, I'll get an ace in that then, and I'll try and better your score. And then if we don't, then we just put them together anyway, sort of thing. It's a bit of fun. It just works out. It makes a good video, basically, doesn't it? I guess, you know. But yeah, we'll have to do another one, won't we? I think we'll have to come up with something. But yeah, it's just us having a bit of a laugh, really, and stuff, you know. Yeah.
Cool. So I would say to my subscribers, take a look at that channel, guys. The link is in the description below, and on the top right hand side corner of the screen there should be a little eye icon popping up. You can click on that, go to Crazytactics, and give them some love. Let's try to push them over 2k by the end of the weekend.
Very nice.
Should we do?
Thanks, Martin.
Yeah. Thank you guys for joining in, Jack and Dave.
Thanks, Martin.
And let's platoon up for some time again, maybe somewhere in the future. We could do a three view video.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. That'd be amazing. Love to. Awesome.
Yeah. I'm gonna drop a poll. Paul is here as well. Leave your votes. Leave your votes, guys. Do you want me and Crazytactics to do a 3-view video with Discord and giggles and stuff? I think that will be a good one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Great stuff. Yeah. Thank you very much for watching, ladies and gentlemen, Tankers of Digitiverse. Dave and Jack, thank you for joining in.
Thank you.
Thank you.
See you on the next video. Bye bye.